Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, beloveds. I hope you're well. My name is Kristie McKinley. I'm a Reiki Master Teacher. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about is the big deal with small changes. So I've been seeing a lot of posts about making changes, embracing change, and the inevitability of change and all those sorts of things like that. But I think that sometimes when we hear the word change, we think it has to be some huge, big thing. And sometimes, depending on what it is, that's true. But lots of times, just saying yes to a thing is just the tiny, imperceptible change that is needed to help you move forward in the next step. What the thing is, lots of times, like, yeah, I'm going to do that. And then we don't have the motivation to, or the wherewithal to even really give it a try unless, again, it's something really extreme. An example would be a health situation. I know for me, lots of times I've had health situations where it's just kind of scared me into making a change. And it would be nice if we embraced things in life that didn't make us feel like we had to for some dire consequence will occur. But sometimes we're a little hard-headed and sometimes it comes to that. But I'm just reminded of my I'm reminded that change can be small and impactful and powerful. It's just our allowance to welcoming that change. And a lot of times when I work with people and with Reiki sessions, it's just the feeling like you have permission to make that small change. Like for me, for example, it was just drinking water, just being more hydrated. And just for the longest time, I couldn't even begin to tell you why I felt resistance to drinking water. I mean, who resists drinking water? And the more I thought about it, it was just, feeling like I have to. Like, when you're a little kid, like, I have to drink water. And then it went back to, when I was a kid, a lot of times, just because of the financial situation my mom was in, water is what you got. And I remember, like, getting A&W root beer as a treat after dinner if I ate all of my dinner. And it's usually sometimes if my mom had a little bit extra money or if it happened to be on sale. And for me, I was like, oh, that might be why. Because it was like from that memory of like I had to drink water with dinner because that's what we had. And, a lot of times there wasn't really a choice in that. And with Reiki, with lots of different modalities, energetically or otherwise, it allows you that space to have those ahas and to figure that out. And so one of the things that I am offering is let me see if I can do this here, post this here, is I am offering 50% off everything. All of my sessions, the gift certificates, the packages, because I want to give you that opportunity to have a space to make small, impactful, powerful changes and feel comfortable making those small, impactful, powerful changes and realizing, yes, it may be a teeny tiny change, but just making a small change matters a great deal. So the coupon code is WHC. It's for Welcome Home of Chattanooga. It's a nonprofit that I love. It's near and dear to my heart. I when you book a session, no matter what you give, I offer 10% to Welcome Home. That is me tithing to them because I feel what they do for the residents, much less to the volunteers. I'm a volunteer, and I love going. I work in the garden group and just make the space kind of just feel just welcoming for not only the residents but for the volunteer and the staff there. And it helps light me up. It helps me heal in my own way. A lot of you have heard the story. My experience being introduced into hospice was right after my grandmother passed away, and I didn't really understand what hospice was. And so I made that small, perceptible but powerful change, and I started to volunteer, started taking dinners, and just sitting and having meals with them. And then, I go on errands, picking up groceries. I did a project where I changed out all the light bulbs so they're more energy efficient, so the utility bills would be lowered. And now I do gardening because it helps me ground. It helps me kind of get focused, and it makes the space look nice for everyone. And so that makes me very happy. But again, I had to like sit and be in the space of, why am I meeting this with resistance? And not making myself shitty, not making myself feel bad, just really kind of sitting like, I'm legit curious. Where are these feelings come from? Sometimes it has, called for, talking with my teacher who happens to be a therapist, or like something might come up that's, physical or medical. So I talk to my doctor about this. It's not, you're not reinventing the wheel. You're remembering that you're part of the mechanism that allows it to exist. And with the work that I do, I just help you just remember what one small thing that you can do that helps you be your best self. And so this coupon code is good until New Year's Eve, to give you time to kind of think about it, to kind of figure out if if you want to book a session or buy, a package or whatever, or if you're just like, no, I'm not down with any of this, but I'm really down with that Welcome Home of Chattanooga. Please contribute, donate, volunteer, share your gifts. And if you're not local here in the Chattanooga area, if there is a hospice in your area that you feel called to be of service to, please, they will welcome you with open arms. I promise. I don't usually like speaking for people and organizations, but I have a feeling they'll probably welcome you if you want to volunteer and or donate. So yeah, just change. The only part that I found that's hard about change is just being okay with change, like actually doing the change. And it's like little bitty change, just kind of like, oh no, just little tiny change, like drink water, drink a glass of water every morning, drink a glass of water every morning, until it's just like, oh yeah, I'm just drinking water every morning because I can. And then just move on to something simple, because it's just your brain freaking out. That's the reason why it's small. The small changes matter the most, because you're just easing your nervous system into like, oh, okay, yeah, drinking water, good for my hydration, yeah, 1 cup, yeah. Wake up half asleep, not even like awake good to be afraid about the whole resistance. Okay, water, yeah, and just, I don't know if your brain actually does that, but you see my point. Gradual, baby steps. Like, oh, this is so small, why does it matter? Because it matters. It matters to you. It matters to your well-being. It matters to how you show up for yourself, so that you can show up for everybody else you're already showing up for. That's really what it comes down to. Showing up for yourself, so that it gives you the space and the energy, the time to show up for the people that you want to show up for. Yeah. And again, if you're just like, no, that's okay, I have meditations. In fact, I am facilitating a meditation through the Insight Timer app, also in the link that's pinned in this video. If you just want to check it out, if you want to join, it's free to join the group. It's free to join Insight Timer. And just, if while you're on there listening to some meditations that call to you. I am obviously not the only Reiki master teacher on there with meditations or visualizations or classes or live events. And so just peruse around and just feel compelled to just, oh, hey, that looks pretty cool. Bookmark it. Listen to it. Take one small step. Even if you're just going through and bookmarking and not necessarily listening to a meditation, that is one small step. That matters. And then tomorrow, it's like, oh, I'll listen to the one I bookmarked the day before, if you feel so compelled. And, if you're just like, no, I'll just go drink water, you can go ahead and do that too. That's totally fine. But yes, small changes, with the exception of like, huge medical things, have kind of gotten you to where you are now. Small, imperceptible, powerful changes will get you back out. So I love you. Again, the coupon code is good until the end of the year, to give you time to kind of think about it, think on it. If you want to join me, it's virtual. We're not actually talking. It's more like chat. It's on the new moon in anticipation, hope, and I forgot what the third one was, but it's a beautiful new moon to just welcome and embrace anticipation and hope and all the wonderful things going into the holidays. I have decided and I've declared that Thursday is going to be a good day. I have decided I'm going to go hang out with my family. We're going to eat good food. It's going to be awesome. Hey, Marguerite. Oh, kisses. Love you, girl. I've decided Thursday is going to be a good day. It just will be. So, yes. All right. It's all good. You're fine. You're doing the best you can. You're doing an amazing job. Actually, doing aces. But sometimes when we get into that space where it's like, I'm going to be, don't just Take a deep breath. It's all good. I love you. You are doing an amazing job and you're doing the best you can. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week, a wonderful holiday. Be well. Take care. Namaste.